All right. Landing your first sales role in the next 30 days. Guaranteed. I promise you, if you follow these steps step by step, it will work. If you guys do not know who I am, my name is JJ Hernandez. I was on Alex Ramos's sales team over at Gym Launch, and I was a sales manager and sales coach for Iman Gadzi. So you guys can trust me. Jumping into it. Number one, step one. Okay. Now, I only said this just because it makes it simple and easy. It does not have to be my community. If you want to join it, you totally can. But if you join a free community where job postings are available and you can also learn sales, which is what we do here, totally do so. It doesn't have to be mine. You can look at any community out there, paid, free, whatever it may be. But there's a benefit in understanding that you can just come right here. So sure, you don't have to come here, but find a community somewhere where you can learn sales and find job opportunities. That's number one. Okay. Right. When you get inside of there, the most important piece is actually learning the sales. If I'm being honest, go in there and watch all the content. Watch it that first day, second day, whatever it is. Go through it, understand what sales is, how it works. Okay. After that, outreach. Okay. This is, if you don't know what outreach means, it's just reaching out to people through DMs. 50 to 100 influencers. I have a video here that can demonstrate exactly what to do and how to say it, right? What to reach out to, who to reach out to, all that stuff. Or if you just want an application, I mean, we have partnerships with a bunch of companies. Again, this is not me selling my community to you. I mean, even if I was, it's a free community anyway. But at the end of the day, make it easy for yourself, right? Either watch the video, reach out to them, find your own opportunity, come to me, whatever it is, I'll give you an opportunity. After that, right, because now that you have an understanding of sales and how it works, right, foundational skills, okay, at this point, you can find an influencer who's, in need of a setter, granted, these guys, you guys will work on commission, right? If you know how to sell, it's a benefit for you because you have the high level skill. They have the vehicle to take you to a place where you can make some sales. But granted, at the end of the day, some of these guys just don't know where to hire and where to find people. But if you have some experience by even just watching this content or even just saying that you came from my team, at the end of the day, people will respect that. They'll know you. They'll trust you. Cool. No problem. Now, from there, obviously, you'll get an interview, put in an application in order to actually be considered. And then at that point, we have some videos in there on what you can do, what you have to say. Again, you don't have to watch my stuff. You can find some videos on YouTube and whatnot. But if you wanted to, go in there. We'll help you out with that. Now, after that, within 7 days, you should be at least considered for the role. Okay. Now, this is if all goes perfectly well and you take massive action. This is realistic. If you don't, probably take about 14 days, maybe even more, maybe 30 days if you're lazy. Now, between 7 and 14 days after this, you'll get onboarded, trained up. All right, if you're on a good team, especially, they'll train you up very well. You'll take some of their SOPs and understand exactly what to do, what to say, and how to say it. Now, once you're inside, depending on what you're doing, right? I mean, most of you guys will start off as setters anyway, just because if you don't have any closing experience, it's unrealistic to think that you can even close anyway, or even get considered to be hired. It just wouldn't make any sense. So you start taking cold calls, do DM setting, whatever it may be. That's what in between that first 2 weeks will really look like. Then money will start to come in, right? You start to see commissions grow, right? You'll get that first close, second close, third close, and then you start to understand what you're doing. And this is where you start to build up that skill. You start to get confident, start to get good at what you're doing. And then at that point, realistically, I'll make other videos on what 6 months, 12 months will look down the road, but I'll save that for later. After that, going into the 2 week to 1 month mark, depending on if you're taking cold calls or if you're a setter and just doing DM stuff, review a good call in the morning, a bad one in the afternoon, right? Most of you cold callers are just cold calling all day and that's all you do, but you're not improving, right? Reps are reps, but if you don't know how to identify where you need to improve and what's going wrong and where you're where you are losing your prospects, you're never going to get to a point where you're going to be top dog. It would be impossible. You can't do the same thing and expect a different result. You have to be able to identify and analyze your calls and see where you can improve. So review a good one in the morning, bad one in the afternoon, and come to our coaching calls or go to coaching calls. So it does not have to be me. This is not me selling myself by any means, but if you go to these coaching calls where you can, be able to analyze your calls a little bit better and understand what you need to look for. Because if you don't have any experience and just, 2-3 weeks ago, you saw a random YouTube video and saw this guy in a cool hat talk about getting an opportunity, you'd have no idea what's right or wrong, right? You don't know what you don't know. So if you go to coaching calls and you can identify where you can improve and what's going wrong on your calls and what's actually going good, then you double down. And then you get to a point where you can self-analyze and self-coach. So guys, I hope this was helpful. If you guys want to join the community, click that link in the description. You can join in through there. There's that video down there as well in the description where you can go ahead and find out how to reach out to these influencers and land those opportunities. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me.